6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have agreed to launch an economic cooperation framework to strengthen trade and investment relations. Deputy Prime Minister has discussed evolving situation in Gaza with foreign ministers of Saudi Arabia and Turkey. The leadership of Egypt, Jordan and Saudi Arabia have expressed unwavering confidence in Pakistan's armed forces. Commerce Minister at a meeting in Islamabad today reviewed progress on enhancing Pakistan's meat exports to Malaysia. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has reiterated its firm resolve to continue the just struggle for inalienable right to self-determination. The first T20 between Pakistan and South Africa will be played in Rawalpindi tonight. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have agreed to launch an economic cooperation framework between the two countries. According to a joint statement issued today, this agreement was reached at a meeting between Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud in Riyadh. The two leaders reaffirmed their shared vision towards building a sustainable partnership across various economic, trade, and investment fields. As part of the framework, several strategic and high-impact projects will be discussed in the economic, trade, investment and development fields that will contribute to strengthening cooperation between the two governments, enhancing the pivotal role of the private sector. Priority areas include energy, industry, mining, information technology, tourism, agriculture and food security. Both sides are currently studying several joint economic projects, including signing a Memorandum of Understanding for the Electricity Interconnection Project and cooperation in the field of energy between the two nations. This framework represents an extension of both countries' efforts to strengthen their fraternal relations in a manner that fulfills the aspirations of their leaderships and the brotherly people of the both nations and serves their mutual interest. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have agreed to further deepen their multifaceted partnership across all domains and to continue strengthening the bonds of brotherhood and friendship between the two countries. This agreement was reached at a meeting between Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar and Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan in Riyadh today. The two leaders discussed bilateral relations, regional and international developments, including the situation in Gaza, and they reaffirmed their shared commitment to the cooperation at multilateral fora, including the United Nations. Deputy Prime Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar and Turkey's Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, in a telephonic conversation, have discussed the evolving situation in Gaza. The two leaders discussed next steps and modalities for achieving lasting peace in Palestine. Hakan Fidan invited Ishaq Dar to Turkey for the forthcoming meeting next week of the 8 foreign ministers of partner countries who were engaged on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly session in the diplomatic process on Gaza. The leadership of Egypt, Jordan and Saudi Arabia have expressed unwavering confidence in Pakistan's armed forces. This affirmation came during the historic visit of Army Chief Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir to these key Arab nations. The visit to the key Arab nations is a remarkable example of successful military diplomacy. Throughout these high-level engagements, critical discussions were held on counter-terrorism, defense cooperation and intelligence sharing. These visits have underscored Pakistan's pivotal role in advancing regional peace, stability and collective security. Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir's proactive military diplomacy is contributing to Pakistan's enhanced global stature. Following the Mark-i-Haq, Pakistan is emerging on the global stage with renewed strength and dignity as a result of this successful military diplomacy. This is Radio Pakistan. Commerce Minister Jam Kamal Khan has expressed the determination to strengthen Pakistan's meat export base and ensure greater access to high-value international markets, particularly Malaysia. He was chairing a meeting on Pakistan-Malaysia cooperation in the meat sector in Islamabad today. The meeting was aimed at reviewing progress on enhancing Pakistan's meat exports to Malaysia and to develop a comprehensive policy framework for the sector. The minister emphasized that Malaysia represents a low-hanging fruit for Pakistan's meat industry, provided that the country effectively manages price competitiveness, compliance standards, and supply consistency. Minister for Railways Muhammad Hanif Abbasi has reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthen long-term economic and technical cooperation with China. He was talking to the Secretary General of the All China Federation of Industry and Commerce, Yi Jiang, in Islamabad today. The minister briefed the delegation on ongoing and future projects, including an agreement with the Asian Development Bank for the Karachi-Rohde section and possible cooperation with China on the Rohde-Peshawar, Naukundi Gwadar and ML2 Attak-Rohde tracks. Both sides agreed to expand cooperation in technical training, modern systems and logistics development. Pakistan and Sri Lanka have agreed to explore joint cooperation in marine tourism. The consensus to this effect was reached at a meeting between the Minister for Maritime Affairs, Mohammad Junaid Anwar Chaudhry, and Sri Lankan Minister for Transport, Highways and Urban Development, Bimal Niroshan Rutayanke, in Islamabad. The Minister for Maritime Affairs proposed to enhance marine tourism collaboration between the two countries. He highlighted the fisheries and tourism play a crucial role in supporting livelihoods, especially in developing countries. He proposed initiatives such as the joint marine tourism routes on packages linking key coastal destinations in both countries, along with enhanced ferry services, cultural exchanges, and coordinated marketing campaigns. Sri Lankan Minister Niroshan Rutayanke welcomed the proposal. He said his country's well-established marine tourism infrastructure could complement Pakistan's emerging coastal tourism market. Minister for Health Services Syed Mustafa Kamal has said that the federal government is taking concrete measures to enhance immunization coverage across the country. This he stated during a meeting with the chairman of the Polio Oversight Board, Dr. Chris Elias, and WHO Regional Director Dr. Hanan Bankley in Riyadh. During the meeting, they reviewed Pakistan's ongoing efforts and strategies for polio eradication. The minister reaffirmed that eliminating polio from Pakistan remains a top priority for the government. Mr. Chris Elias appreciated Pakistan's sustained efforts in the fight against polio and assured continued support at all levels to help achieve complete eradication. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has said that despite brutal Indian repression, the people of Kashmir are rendering unmatched sacrifices for their inalienable right to self-determination. According to Kashmir Media Service, APHC spokesman Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas, in a statement issued in Srinagar following a meeting of the APHC leaders, reiterated their firm resolve to never accept India's forcible occupation of their motherland and to resist its military aggression at all costs. The leaders said that the entire world is now aware that India wants to delay the settlement of Kashmir dispute to alter the Muslim majority character of the territory. They urged the United Nations and international human rights organizations to take concrete steps to stop Indian atrocities in occupied Jammu and Kashmir and ensure a just settlement of the lingering dispute in accordance with the relevant UN resolutions. The first T20 of three-match series between Pakistan and South Africa will be played in Rawalpindi tonight. The match will start at 8 p.m. Pakistan will take on Iran in the final of volleyball event of the third Asian Youth Games in Bahrain tomorrow. Earlier, Pakistan qualified for the final after beating Indonesia in semi-final by 3-sets to 1. Pakistan team kept up its winning streak throughout the tournament. And finally, the weather. Dry weather is expected over most parts of the country, while cold in hilly areas in the morning and night hours during the next 12 hours. Due to the persistent dry weather and atmospheric pollution, the districts of eastern Punjab are likely to remain under the influence of smog. Citizens are advised to take precautionary measures. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.